Hello and welcome back to another video. Please take the time to like this video now, because I'm sure you will enjoy it. And if you are new here, subscribe and turn on post notifications. In today's frightening bear attack, we take a trip to the Denali National Park. This is a heavy tourist area, with dense forests surrounding large bodies of water and a place that boasts very cold winters and very hot summers. For campers, this is the perfect spot to get a view of the beautiful scenery before getting sleep under the astonishing moonlight. Steve McDonald was one of those campers. He and his wife planned a 3-day camping trip in the wilderness. His wife had just had a birthday, and this was his form of a party for the two. At around 6 in the afternoon, they set out to look for the perfect camping grounds. They roamed the forest for about an hour, until stumbling upon a nice area they seemed fit. Once situated, the couple went out to collect wood for a campfire. Steve, who was equipped with a knife and torch, led the way. After about 20 minutes, they collected enough wood for the night and decided to head back to the camp. There, they enjoyed the sunset and not too long after made love. The two lovebirds were having the best time of their lives. For dinner, they ate ham sandwiches with apple juice. When they were done eating, Steve decided that he'd had enough and put his half-eaten sandwich in a container. By this time, the couple was exhausted and fell asleep. The night grew quiet and not a sound was heard. About an hour into their deep sleep, they were woken up by a large thud, which collapsed their tent. It was a very curious brown bear, who had smelled the half-eaten sandwich and was out to get a bite of it. Immediately after being awoken, the drowsy couple started to run off in different directions. The bear decided to go after the wife. It hopped down the lady in just under 5 seconds. It had slammed straight into her, causing her to stumble to the ground, with the bear on top of her, clawing and biting. She tried to hit it as hard as she could, but to no avail. She could have sworn that there was no chance of survival. At this point, after brutally bashing in the woman's face, the bear knocked her out cold. It then began to drag her to a spot to be cached and ate for later. Steve, who ran in another direction, heard the screams of his wife and decided to go help her. But as soon as he got closer to the noise, it had stopped. Soon after, Steve pulled out his phone to notify the local authorities. They informed him to walk back to his vehicle and that they would meet him there. After a long, hard walk, Steve had finally made it there, where he was met by a few park rangers. After asking if he was okay, Steve yelled out, "My wife is being attacked by a bear. We need to go now." He then led them to the campsite. From there they walked around but couldn't find anything, because, while running, Steve didn't see which way his wife went. The park rangers called out a search party to help them. In about 2 hours, his wife's body was found. It had been dismembered and chewed up. The scene was horrifying. Soon after, a call to action was put in play for the bear to be put down, but it was never found. The attack was ruled as predatory. A week later, Steve linked up with his wife's family and hosted a funeral. There have been 23 cases of fatal bear attacks in the Denali National Park, 5 of them being on campers. With this bear attack on your mind, I have a few questions that need answering. How badly do you think Steve's wife suffered? If you were Steve, would you have went in a different direction also? Would you visit the Denali National Park for a camping trip? And where do you think the bear is today? Leave your answers in the comments section down below, and I will meet you there. Thanks for watching, and remember to always be careful out there in bear country.